Hello everybody. Whoa, my eyes. Oh, dust. Oh, that was a thing that just happened. Hello everybody and welcome to a thing that I'm doing that's different. So I've been having so much fun. I went back and I rewatched the old ukulele video and I was playing around with the Shadow of Mordor review thing. I'm like, this is a lot of fun. So why don't I do a whole bunch of reviews, quick-fire, of games that you're never really going to see me play. Because I don't just play games on the PC, I play a lot of, like, console games as well, but I don't have a thing that allows me to record console games on my computer. I don't have, I'm blanking on what they're called. I had a like an old VC Diamond thing that I used to use. Remember, way back in like the 2000s and aughts. But new computer doesn't work on the new computer anymore, so I can never do that anymore. Not that I really wanted to. Those things always had like 100 gigabyte plus video sizes. It was nuts. So I'm just gonna just show off a whole bunch of games, and I'm going to review them, and I'm going to have the list and the timestamp down in the comments, so if you want to skip to a particular game, I'm going to do that. There's no real set time for how much I'm going to talk about each one, but I'm going to try to give each one their own amount of time without just droning on and on about the same game for forever. So let's just start with the first one I grabbed here. Tales of Zestiria. I'll be honest, I actually haven't finished this. I stopped playing it a good ways in. And it's not because the story is bad or anything, but small niggling things about it. One or two hiccups throughout the course of the game popping up over and over again just made me want to play the game less and less. Hello, cat. So I don't know, I got tired of it. I found other interesting things to do, and it didn't grip me for whatever reason. I think I've played a good 60 hours into it though. I don't know, maybe I'll pick it back up at some other point. We got Kingdom Hearts here. Kingdom Hearts 2.5, and I got 1.5 here. I've been working on, ever since I got the PS3, I've been trying to 100% these games, or at least complete them to the best of my abilities. And Kingdom Hearts has been one of those where it's been really hard to do that. I did it with, and when I say 100% as far as I am concerned, and as far as the game, as far as the PS3 trophies are concerned. Because for some things, I guess 100%ing is subjective, because I'm not doing literally everything, like the secret bosses and stuff. I'm not doing those. But, you know, the normal stuff. The stuff that can be considered completing the game, you know? And for the final next Kingdom Hearts, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot clunkier than I remember it being, although I did play it on the hardest difficulty. Chain of Memories, same. And 358 Days was just cutscenes, so whatever. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 2, I liked, I don't want to say I didn't like it as much as the first one. I actually liked it I liked the combat a lot better than the first one. The story sort of took a dip because you needed to have played Chain of Memories. And when I first played Kingdom Hearts 2, I hadn't played Chain of Memories. So there was just this massive gap and I couldn't understand it. I did beat it in 2 days after I got it, though. So it really stuck with me for a good long time. But Birth by Sleep, I still contend, is the best Kingdom Hearts game, especially on the when you play it on the PS3 and not on the Vita, like I originally did. I think I have the Vita version. Yeah, I have it over here. Stupid controller. I got had the PS Vita version. And I 100%ed it on this, and then I 100%ed it again on this because it's my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out soon, and so I'm looking forward to that. But really, it's just for Aqua. I love Aqua. The rest of the story, whatever. Aqua though. All right, moving on. Let's just put it over there. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, 100% in this as well. Gerard the Completionist recently put on Facebook and Twitter that he was going to work on this game next, and I told him I 100% of the game in about 168 to 170 hours, except I didn't get one of every single monster that you can get in the game. But everything else I did. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. It was really good. Oh shit, I probably should do like a rating system for some of these, like I do with the other things. We'll go back really fast. I'm not playing. I didn't play in any of this at all. Zestiria B+. Well, Zestiria B. Yeah, we'll say Zestiria got a B. Kingdom Hearts obviously gets A's. You know, A's all around. It's so good. Ni no Kuni also gets an A. A+. It was so good. A lot... Phone? I'm not into you right now. Go away. Like, some of it got pretty grindy, but I mean, it's a JRPG. What do you honestly expect? Me and my friend Grun disagree about one thing about this game, and that is, when I played this game, I felt a lot of Dragon Quest VIII in it. It had a post-game, much like Dragon Quest VIII did. A lot of the music sounded really similar. Some of the monsters had similar design to Dragon Quest VIII monsters and Dragon Quest monsters in general. Like, even some of the like emotes that some of the things would do, and some of the like background, not backgrounds, but the like citizens that would go around town, some of them looked very similar to the kinds of people that you'd meet in a Dragon Quest VIII game. And Dragon Quest VIII and this game do something very similar in terms of voice acting, where they, for whatever reason, try to impose a whole bunch of different kinds of accents and emote those accents through the written dialogue as well as when there's voice acting. And I don't know. When I played this game, I got a lot of a Dragon Quest VIII vibe in it, but he insists that he didn't see it, so whatever, I guess. But yeah, A+. Ratchet and Clank, 1, 2, and 3. I've been trying to 100% this as well. I 100%ed 1 and 2. I haven't 100%ed 3 yet. I'm working on it. Definitely gets like I think I would order it like a B-, B, and B+. In my opinion, it definitely got better as the series went on. I really, really like Dr. Nefarious and that whole like thing with him. A lot of fun. I love the Courtney Gears reference. I thought it was really funny. And I don't know, it's a freaking blast, and I want to see more games like this again. I really miss being able to do a linear sort of upgrade progression in terms of combat, but have it also be sort of a player choice thing alongside platforming. I miss that. Jak and Daxter did that too. I don't own Jak and Daxter anymore. I got rid of it. But I played Jak and Daxter and Jak 2 and Jak 3, and that sort of followed the same sort of a thing, except Jak 2 I really wasn't into. But Jak 1 and Jak 3 I was really into, and it was good. So yeah, B-, B, B+. What do we got over here? Just surrounded by games. Dissidia Duodecim. Really loved this game. This was the reason I got a PSP. And I was not disappointed. I think I played it for like 300 hours. It was so much fun. But the PSP really was crap. I want to play it with a controller, and I'm so mad that overseas, not only did they get this, but they got a Tales of game, and both of those got both a PSP and then later got a console release, and we didn't get that, and we're getting like the sequel to Dissidia, but it's not on a console I own. It might be on PC, I don't know, I haven't checked, but I don't think it will be. If it is, I definitely want it though. So yeah, A+. Well, maybe not A+, but definitely an A. There were quite a few hiccups with it, but it was still really, really good. Alright, put that back over there. Daxter is garbage. It's a garbage game. I really like. It wasn't bad. It did sort of follow along the whole Jak and Daxter thing, but I don't know. I just didn't get into it. I only played it for like maybe 5 hours, and I don't know. I just didn't have fun with it. I'd give it like a C. There. Final Fantasy Tactics. To my utter shame, I just cannot get into Final Fantasy Tactics. I try, man. I respect a lot of people. There are a lot of people who I respect in like the games and on YouTube and stuff who really, really love Final Fantasy Tactics, and I just can't, man. For whatever reason, it just, I don't know. So I'm gonna give it a B, but not because I like it, but because people I know whose opinions I respect like it. But I don't. Alright, what do we got over here? Ow. The Mass Effect series. Yes, I love the Mass Effect series. My friend Ren, he loves 1, but hates 2 and 3. And I am the exact opposite. I really didn't like the weird, clunky combat they did in 1. But 2 and 3 are really good. 3, actually, is the only game I ever played the Kinect with that I enjoyed. It actually says right here, on here, better with the Kinect sensor. And actually, it's the only game that I own that I would agree with that with. Because it is actually really cool to, like, use the voice commands to tell one of your squad mates to use one of their abilities. And it's really not hard to memorize it, because if you say their names, then a pop-up of what their abilities are, like, shows up. So you can know which one to cast. And it gets really comfortable after a while. So yeah, I definitely really, really enjoyed these. I've played them multiple times over, and I've done, like, all the different, like, choices and stuff just to see what would happen. And yeah, it was really good. I'd give it like an A-, A+, A+. There was that thing with Mass Effect 3 where the ending was kind of crap, but honestly, even though they lied and they said it wasn't going to be exactly what it ended up being, and shame on them for it, to be perfectly honest, it really didn't ruin the experience for me. Like, because I wasn't expecting much more anyway. Like, I know they said that there were going to be more than just 3 options, and it wasn't going to be a good option, neutral option, but evil option. They said they weren't going to do that. That was one thing they definitely were not going to do, and that's exactly what they did. I guess it's just because, like, I played Fable first, and I mean, Molly knew. I wasn't hurt as badly from that ending, but it definitely did take a little bit away. It just didn't ruin the experience for me. I don't think that 200 hours plus in just one game, but all 3 freaking games, like, of a concurrent story, can be ruined in the last 5 minutes. I don't know. That's just never happened to me. That's just me, I guess. Over here. Far Cry 3! I really enjoyed this game. My brother beat it before I did, but I did eventually beat it. My nephew really liked watching me play this game. He called it the pirate game. Because where I was when I was playing it, when he was watching me, was the part where you're going around on the boats and you're hunting sharks and stuff to like grind up a better wallet. And so he really got into the whole idea of this being a game about you being a pirate and hunting sharks. And it's obviously not what that game's about, but you know what? That was a lot of fun. So, but I definitely enjoyed the game. It got a little less fun the further in you got. Honestly, with this game, what I would always do is I would start the game, and then I would spend the next 20 hours just hunting and grinding up stuff and getting everything unlocked, and then I would start the game over again. I wouldn't even finish the story. I wouldn't even finish the game. I finished the game once, and that's all I needed. And so that's all I would do. I would do it over and over again, and I still enjoy doing that every once in a while. LA Noire, fun game. I beat it. I'd never like 100%ed it. I guess I'm just really bad at reading faces, I guess. But I don't know. Watching other people play this game, it seems so obvious, but when you're actually sitting there and you're like overanalyzing and you're thinking and you're like, ooh, what does that shifty eye mean? The really obvious facial expressions only mean that something's not right. It doesn't necessarily mean you can prove it. And sometimes you have to go on a really big leap to say that this piece of evidence proves that you're lying about this, or you can just doubt it, and then if you doubt it, sometimes that's wrong. So I would always screw that up. The car stuff was nice. I'm glad that they made an option for the fast, for it to just be like a fast thing for your partner to drive. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I would give it like a... Did I rate Far Cry 3? Shit. I'm sorry. I'd probably give it like a B+. Yeah, that seems right. B+. Yeah. XCOM, Enemy Within. I never played the non-DLC version. And I always activate the DLC with it. Hell of a lot of fun. My dad got addicted to this for a little while. We played when I think it was the year after I first got it. I showed it to him, and he played it during Christmas. And while we were at the cabin, I had the Xbox, and he played it for like the whole week that we were at the cabin. And then when we got home, he played it for another like 2 weeks, and then he was like, nope, I gotta put it down. I have to go to work eventually. So he stopped playing cold turkey because he knew that if he kept playing, he would never go to work. Like he'd never like stop playing. He's got a very addictive personality, so yeah. I'm glad that he was able to stop himself. I had a whole lot of fun with this. I kind of suck at it though. What I always like to do is I like to I wait until they get their classes, and then I put like a squad together, and then I color code their armor and I call them Power Rangers, and then when one of them dies, I go chronologically and I add in the new Power Rangers, and they just get whatever class they get. Until I eventually lose them all, and then I quit. So yeah, I would probably give this, probably another A-. A-. It's definitely worth the money that I spent on it, and it probably is worth full price. Not anymore because it's old, but when it came out, it was definitely worth full price, I think. Yeah. Dragon Age Inquisition. I wish I had this for like the PC or something other than Xbox. The problem is that the TV I have is not an HD TV, and even on my HD TV, the text is so tiny. I can't read a damn thing. It's so small. I actually could not continue playing this game. I've never beaten it. I really want to. I really want to enjoy this game. I want to play this game, but I can't. The text is too small. I can't read anything. And you have to be able to read stuff in a frickin' RPG, and it drives me frickin' crazy. And I don't know why the frickin' lettering is so small. It's not like this was made by Ubisoft or anything, but I can't read it. So, yeah. That's that game. I'm gonna give it a C+. Even though I've never finished it. Because I want to finish it, but I can't play it. It drives me crazy. Borderlands 2! Game of the Year edition. I want to love this game. But every time I've tried to play it, whether it be alone or with friends, we get like 2 to 3 worlds in, the world after the ice world, after you go to like the main town or the main city thing, immediately after that I always get really bored of this game. It just can't hold my attention for that long. For whatever reason, I don't know. I've got all the DLC here, and I've never experienced it because I can't get past that point without getting really, really bored of this game. And I don't know why. It's a good game. It's got good voice acting. It's got a good story. It's got a funny villain. It's got RPG elements. It's got stats and stuff, and I enjoy that. It's got good world building. I don't know why I can't get into this goddamn game. I don't know, and it drives me nuts. I want to love this game, but I can't, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna give it a B+, because I know it's my fault. Why is this in here? We play. I prefer Wii Sports. There's really nothing else to say about that. Give it like a B-. There's nothing functionally wrong with it. I like Wii Sports better. Moving on. Bioshock. Love this game. Really love this game. I love all the connotations to it. I love the sort of the world. I love it. I love all the politics that go into it as well. Whenever I think about this game, I'm like, yeah, I really want my dad to play this game at some point because he's really into politics and stuff, and I think he would. He's read more books about the sort of things that like Atlas Shrugged and stuff, and I think he would be able to like talk about this game a lot more than I could, just for the simple fact that he can articulate those sorts of things better than I can. But I have a whole lot of fun with it. I love the gene splicing. I love the twist. I love the Andrew Ryan. I love his voice. I love the bosses. I love the design of the big daddies. It's really neat. I really like it. It's solid A, I think. I can't remember a point where I had like a really big problem or like a really big bug or anything. Not for me personally, anyway. Maybe you guys had a different experience, but I can't remember any time when the game made it painfully clear that it was a game, you know? Did you guys save the little sisters, or did you kill them? I could never bring myself to kill them. Even when I try to go for like an evil run, I puss out like halfway through and I'm like, I just can't. I can't kill them all. It's so awful. I just can't do it, and their screams are ugh. No, can't do it. Overlord! Not to be confused with Overlord, the anime. Really good. I really enjoy this. Evil Pikmin is basically what it is. You are the Overlord, that guy, and you control the minions, those guys. And these are minions. I don't care what shitty movie you're talking about. These are minions. These are fucking minions, as far as I'm concerned. Little impish goblin creatures that are incredibly funny, but also maniacally evil, and put things on their heads. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this. I love how the villains in this are twisted versions of the 7 Deadly Sins. And they used to be good guys. They, like, I love that motif wherein, like, you are, like, the villain that was destroyed by these heroes, and then once the quest was over, those heroes went off, and they slowly succumbed to one of the 7 Deadly Sins each, and they all became these things. And you have to go through as the evil Overlord and kill the greater evil that is the heroes. That's so cool. And it's so neat. And yeah, and I especially love the big tagline at the end of the the end of the game, where it's like, and evil always finds a way. So good. I love it. Solid. I wouldn't call it an A, actually. I'd probably call it a B+. There's a lot of like buggy camera controls and wonkiness to this game, as you'd expect of a Pikmin game where you don't have like a little cursor thing, or you don't have like a good like C-stick control. Instead, you basically point and they go in that direction until they can't go in that direction anymore, and then sometimes they get lost and they die. So I'd actually probably call this like a B. Yeah, like a B. I think a B. Fable 3. The video that got me into Angry Joe was his 39 things wrong with Fable 3. Or whatever, how many number, it was some insanely high number. And I sat there and I watched it and I agreed with everything, with almost every single point. I'm like, yeah! God, I want to go back and play that game. Well, funny story, first time we got this, our Xbox ripped the crap out of the disc, and it was like Christmas, and it was super sad, and we had to go back, and like the roads were all icy, and we had just like skidded around. We got another copy, we skidded our way back up the hill, and we sat down. Me and my dad co-op played this. We didn't play it on a TV. We hooked it up to a projector and played it on the ceiling. And we two-manned it and beat the whole game that way. And we had a lot of fun, actually. Like, every once in a while he would have to... because I play more games than he does, he has to stop and he has to like figure out the controls a little bit more, and sometimes he would like linger on things a little bit too long, and he'd be obsessed with making sure that every single enemy was dead instead of just going past, and yeah. But it was still a lot of fun. A lot of fun. When I went back and I played it just solo, I had much less fun. And that was when I started noticing the blemishes of the game. And that was when I watched the Angry Joe video. I'm like, yeah. And it was like, oh man, I guess this really is crap after all, isn't it? God, oh well. But then a few years later, I played the game again. And I went through it just having fun. And I actually had a much better time. For whatever reason, when you're not actually... When you know what's wrong with the game and you know how to get around those problems, I don't know, you just have a better time. I'd probably give this a B-. There's a lot of problems with this game. But it does have a charm to it. And a lot of the characters are really fleshed out. And while the twist at the end is really freaking stupid and pointless and dumb, and there's an easy way to get around it. That's not really the point as far as I'm concerned. The point is to enjoy the world and enjoy the lore and enjoy it and have a good time, which the game does do. I am sad they went in the Industrial Revolution sort of direction where they start phasing out the magic. I like the magic, but it does still have that Fable charm to it that I really enjoy. So yeah, I think a B minus. All right, and we are going to stop the video here. I have a lot more, a lot more games to get through. That wasn't even like a tenth of it. But I have a lot more games to get through, but the video is like half an hour long now, and I did not expect like talking about this many games. I probably should have, in retrospect. I didn't expect it to take this long. But if you enjoyed it, look, I'm just going to keep on making this. But if you enjoy it, let me know. And if you disagree, let me know, because these are just my opinions here. Bye, everybody.